hidden gem and lock of the summer.
The PLO.
What the hell is that?
The Premier Lacrosse League.
I came in with my ex like Selena, the flex. Bumping Justin Bieber, the fever and left. She know what she need, all she blessed. Giving my best. Yeah, I got my heart on my sleeve with a knife in my back. What's with that? 21, I love him, they're my brother, that's my stack. Metro made the beat, so you know that it's gon' slap. Yeah, it's gon' slap. Time, run it back. Talking to a diva, yeah, she on my nerves. She think that I need her, kick her to the curb. All I know is you could've had the world, yeah, you were my world.
Got these girls on my neck, got these girls on my check. Like Selena, baby, on my cheating, baby, yeah. She taking a Lambo for a drive, it's on the fence door. And she way out the store.
Let's go, baby. Net profits time. Literally one of my favorite parts of the week coming up right here. Jack, Rossi, newbie here. And before we say anything, Jack, the Cannons won. The Cannons fucking won, Jack.
Listen, fellas. I don't know if you could hear that ding or not, but I'm going through it over here just because I don't want to open the show up like this, but at the end of the day,
you have
that fuck, man. That intro was so electric, bro. But at the same time, an ex is texting right now, and this is just I'm down tremendous right now, bro.
I feel like we're gonna have a
Wouldn't
very
they be
different.
down tremendous? Wouldn't they be down tremendous if they're texting you?
Good point, Rossi.
Shut up, bro. How do I shut it up? Oh my god, my boyfriend.
He's trying to flex. He's trying to be like,
my boyfriend isn't a fan of you. What? Like, how would that work?
what did they say?
Yo, we're about to have a very different show than I expected, Rossi. I didn't expect this out the gate. I thought Jack was gonna come on here. He was gonna be like, "Yo, my Cannons boys are blowing me up. They're hyped that we got the dub." We have a live stream where you're getting blown up by next. I didn't see this coming, Rossi. I don't know about you.
Oh, I saw it coming. I mean, after last week when all Jack talked about, he compared Jason Tatum to his family and then went on that. I'm still trying to comprehend that.
Yeah, no, I still don't get that. And I guess it was probably when we were bringing up the pictures of him in his basketball uni, his ex was like, "Man, I should text him, huh?" Like, man, I should
just
probably
watching the fucking stream every week, bro. Tuning in.
Is there any other explanation? I mean, Jesus Christ.
Right, the Cannons won. Yes, I've never been more happy about life, and the thrill of them. They remind me a lot of the New England Patriots, just in the sense they're always in the game, they're always fighting. Whether the record says 1-2, 0-3, 0-142, bro, it does not matter. The Cannons are going to give it all they've got, and that's the mentality that I cheer for. So I appreciate the fact they got one. Now we're out for blood against Atlas.
Well, all I know is ever since we threw down the gauntlet and talked about having a head-to-head bet on whether the Cannons are going to win 4 games or not, Brenny has been nowhere to be found. I think our dude is getting a little scared. I mean, he has been nowhere to be found since you threw down the gauntlet and you were like, "Yo, I'm telling you, I'm riding with Cannons," and you already got one under your belt with only 3 weeks in. So there's going to be, for people who don't know, who love the stream, who, maybe are now becoming lacrosse fans just because of the stuff that you guys do, we have a 2-week layoff because the World Games are going on, right down the road from me in San Diego. So this whole 2-week stint, we got 2 weeks to mentally prepare for what could be a potential huge cash for Jack. I don't know, Rossi, did you get to check out any of the games this past weekend? Because as far as our predictions went, your boy was 3-1. So I don't know if you two fared as well as I did, but the all underdog parlay lost by 1 leg. So not too bad. Not too bad.
Nice. Honestly, was asking people, are y'all here?
Yeah, bro.
Look at that. You get the full screen treatment, Rossi.
All right. It's just me.
That's pretty sick.
Rocking. No, so I was at the boardwalk So I was asking people a lot of PLL questions, but conveniently, well, not conveniently, I tried looking up the scores, couldn't find them this time. Like I searched the dark web, everything to find the PLL scores, couldn't find them. So I was kind of clueless. I was getting a lot of the info from just like looking on Instagram and like like looking at my texts. So no, you'll have to update me. Well, I know some of them. Obviously, my Atlas lost.
Yeah, they fumbled the bag. They
Oh,
fumbled
yeah,
the bag.
they
They were
did.
up 6-0, Rossi. They were so you
Yeah,
should
that's
be glad that
concerning.
you didn't have to watch the game because that was a full on sell job
I
out
think
of the Atlas.
I think I might transfer to the Water Dogs at this point.
Oh,
Wow.
what?
One loss. I mean, Jack, you know all about losses being a Cannons fan. So like one loss and she's already ready
All right, bro.
to
That's
hop
just
off
childish behavior on the
I'm sorry.
left corner right now. Like
sorry.
honestly, no, like Rossi, you can't give up on Atlas.
Atlas
like
have
that.
2 losses, to be fair.
Yeah, but you don't even, bro. That's crazy. No, you do that, but that's unloyal behavior, and we don't appreciate that.
Okay, Jack, you are the biggest bandwagon there is. I don't wanna hear it.
All right, bro. I
He
don't
said
wanna
he
hear-
hated Green after being a lifelong Celtics fan. Like we have
Yeah.
the tape.
Yeah.
We have it documented on Net
You
Profits.
compared Jason Tatum to your sister or something, so I don't wanna hear it.
It was my mom. Me. I'm Jason Tatum, and life is Jason Tatum.
That's worse.
Moving on.
Who's Larry Bird in that situation? Who's the mustache guy?
Probably like it's tough to say, but maybe like my grandpa. I don't know. You just gotta pick an old guy, right? Like
We shouldn't
Me,
throw
bro.
in more. Yeah.
old heads of sports. Who cares? We're on to the next generation. I'm not
I
looking back
actually-
to the past.
I actually think that's a great take. I hate when people are like, yo, Jordan is the GOAT, is the best. I mean, they never saw Jordan play outside of YouTube videos. Like, I can accept that, okay, he was the best ever, but I completely agree. Move on. Next generation. We get it. When you guys were talking in the barbershop, all these guys, you can't let them go. Let it go. We're moving on. Trevor Baptiste is the new wave. He set like a record. Your Atlas, Rossi set a record for most face-off wins in a game and still lost the game. So maybe switching over to the Water Dogs is not a bad idea. You win every face-off and can't win. You lose 9.
I have a question for you actually. So who's the greatest, like who out there in the public eye, who is the greatest lacrosse player of all time?
Dude, that's such a loaded question, and you're going to have lacrosse Twitter just murdering me because you can't answer that question without pissing somebody off. Like some people say it's Paul Rabel, founder of the PLL, just because of what he did, the visibility he brought to the sport. A lot of people say Lyle Thompson. He's an incredibly talented athlete from Onondaga Nation, and he's actually taken a sabbatical from the PLL this year. But what he does is masterful. Some people say Jeff Teat is up there, one of the Atlas
I was about to
players.
say, bro, Jeff Teat, bro, he's my vote.
He's him. He's him.
Yeah, he's my vote.
He gives me
Yeah.
Tatum vibes. He gives me Jason Tatum vibes for real.
And speaking of like old heads, a lot of people say like Gary Gate. So he's like old school lacrosse player. He came up with a move called the air gate where like he jumped over the back of a net and dunked it in from the backside. You can find that video somewhere on YouTube. It was pretty tough, but like a lot of people say him. So I'm not going to put out an answer. I'll ride with you guys and be like, Jeff Teat is kind of him in this generation. But no, I will not allow lacrosse Twitter to crucify me over a best player of all time take. But I appreciate you putting me on the hot seat like that, Jack. I really like that.
I mean, if you asked it like, Jack, who do you think's the greatest basketball player of all time? I would give you that similar rundown in the sense where like it's a weighted question that it's so hard to answer just because the game changes, right? And my GOAT's going to be different than your GOAT. I saw in the media today that I think it was Brandon Miller, the Alabama kid that's about to get drafted. And he said that he's like, LeBron's not the GOAT. My GOAT is Paul George. And my response to that is like, I don't hate that take just because I would say the same thing. Like my GOAT is Steph Curry. Like just like my dad's GOAT might be fucking Larry Bird, just like my mom's GOAT might be some random at Gonzaga because she went to Gonzaga. Like it's just
it's definitely not someone from Gonzaga. Just to be fair,
Adam Morrison, bro. Like everyone has their own perception of life
great point.
and sports, and anyone can say whatever the fuck they want nowadays. So why does anything matter?
Well, so you're basically just saying everyone
It's
gets an
getting deep.
opinion, but some people's opinions are just wrong. I feel like there
They're
is some
trash.
sports.
But
There's
how
some
is my
sports.
opinion wrong if I can argue that Steph Curry
There
is
is some
the greatest
sports.
basketball player
There's some sports where like there is just an undisputed like go.
Yeah, football.
Oh,
That's it.
what? Tom Brady?
Football is the only sport. What else?
I don't.
I would make the case
Hockey?
for basketball.
Hockey, Gretzky.
Yeah,
Fine.
hockey. I would say
That's
hockey.
fair. That's fine.
I don't. Would you say Tiger's the
golf.
goat of golf? Yes.
Tiger easily. Like if
Yes.
there's one that is the GOAT of any sport, it would be Tiger.
I think Tiger and Brady are head to toe in that. But
That's fair.
I don't think Jordan is the solidified. You can put LeBron right over Jordan any day of the week.
But you cannot put Steph Curry above Michael Jordan or LeBron.
You
You could maybe put him over
You
LeBron.
can in a couple of years. Give it a couple of years. Just be patient
Wow.
with me, Rossi.
Wow. And you
No,
can't
I'm
put Chris
good.
Gray over Jeff Teat. I mean,
Dude, Rossi.
it can't be done. It's the same conversation.
Yeah, exactly. But Rossi, think about this. Like, why Steph Curry at 43 years old, same thing as Jeff Teat at 43 years old. They're both going to be nasty, bro, because they just have that basketball ability that, like, if you're a guard, you can shoot it well, you can pass it well, you're going to play forever. Brady made a living of it. Steph's going to do the same. Jeff Teat's going to do the same.
And why isn't LeBron?
Because LeBron is not as good of a shooter as Steph Curry and Jeff Teat.
Okay, but there's a lot more to basketball than just shooting.
Right, but once you get to a certain age, there's not much more LeBron can offer. Like you're seeing LeBron James is trying to rely so much on his jump shot. Why is that? Because he's getting older.
How
He
old
doesn't
is
wanna run
LeBron
down.
now?
Bro, he's like
Let's
Let
see.
me
30.
Google
Bro.
it.
Let's see. 38. A little bit of
38.
spring chicken.
But he's getting
that's
it, bro.
like
Like once he
35,
hits
yeah.
40, bro. Once he hits 40, then it's just those last grind years.
But
But we're
doesn't
gonna-
Steph Curry seem so much younger than 35? He's already 35.
I think that Steph just like had this weird short. He's just had a weird short 9 years of dominance, right? Like the first 5 years of his career were pretty random, and then all of a sudden, championship, and just dominated, right? I don't know what's next for him. I think he's got years left.
Well, I get your argument about, as he gets older, shooting is gonna, that's gonna keep him relevant. But like, wouldn't it be equally? You could also do the flip side. It's like if he only has shooting to offer, in comparison to like he might be a better shooter than LeBron.
He's not
Sure.
going to be the same player when he's 42.
Every other category, LeBron's got the edge on him. So by that logic, by the time he's 45, I mean, what if he can't shoot? What if? Then like he's a bad player because if shooting is the only thing he can offer.
I care about championships and influence, and I'm telling you right now, Steph Curry beats LeBron James in those two categories. So I don't know what categories you're using, my brothers and
Influence.
sisters, but
LeBron James has the most jerseys sold all time out of any NBA athlete, even Michael Jordan. What do you mean influence?
But
when you
to
take
Jack's
What do you mean
what do you
influence?
say? When you take a jump shot, what do you say?
Kobe.
You can say a lot of names.
But I will say,
Ask any 12-year-old.
I will say, Steph Curry did completely nobody doesn't want to be shooting threes anymore, and Steph Curry
Absolutely
did change
agree.
that.
I
Steph
agree.
Curry did
Steph
change
Curry-
the game doing that.
Steph Curry definitely.
But
changed it.
everybody can
That's it.
shoot. Like not everybody can dunk, right? But everybody can shoot. Why is Steph Curry miles ahead of everybody? Because he's
nice
God.
Yeah, that's fair. He might be son of God. We don't know. We can't confirm nor deny that.
It's just
I've
the
never seen him in the
trendy
same
pick.
room.
It's just the trendy pick. It's just the trendy pick.
It is a hot
create the
take.
trends.
You sound like
That's
a
fair.
13-year-old middle school boy. Steph Curry is the god. Like,
All right,
like
I feel like
You
we're
are talking
the
right now.
I feel like we're the meme of the three kids sitting around the table and they're like talking
hell.
about.
yeah, that's true.
All right. So to bring it back to this, I'm interested in this because we all kind of agree like Jeff Teat, he's been dominant this season. So if you look at odds for the MVP, Jim Brown MVP, Jeff Teat is your odds-on favorite. Okay. So I'm wondering, I know it's only 3 weeks in. I know, Rossi, you didn't get to check out many of the games this weekend since you were out shooting content. But like 3 weeks in, should we already have a favorite? Even just talking macro, like, should there already be a favorite who's a 5-1 favorite? Like, that seems pretty short 3 weeks in when we have 7 weeks left in the regular season to decide who the MVP is going to be. Because I think there's some guys who have better claim than Jeff Teat if you're just looking at the numbers. So I guess macro and specifically with PLL, 3 weeks in, having a 5-1 favorite, that seems a little wild to me. Maybe that's just like the market saying we're not going to like get got by like a lacrosse market that doesn't get bet as much. I don't know.
I see it because I feel like if you look at other leagues, when you're almost halfway through or halfway approaching the halfway point, people release odds and they're like,
True.
they're monitoring. Okay, Pat Mahomes is going to be the next, who's
True.
doing really good. Because at that point, if you already have a big edge over people and it's halfway through the season, people are obviously going to favor you. So, I mean,
There. Jack, you got any thoughts on that?
Well, it's just it kind of struck me that Jeff Teat's initials are JT. So it gives me all more confidence. It honestly gives me
he's your sister in some ways, in some forms. This is what
when you bring it all back, I guess you could say that Jeff Teat's winning MVP. He's got my vote.
See, here's what I would do, honestly. Like, okay, he might win 5-1. It's still not like an awful ticket. But what I would do is walk my ass over to FanDuel and, not to give any plugs or whatever. I meant Schman Schmool, because they have Ryder Garnsey at 11-1. Now, every week when we talk about what is the biggest highlight, I talk with Brenny. He asked me to find him, what I think is the biggest highlight. 3 straight weeks, other than the, Ryder Garnsey has been in the conversation. And if you just go to the stats leaderboards page on PremierLacrosseLeague.com or on the app, Ryder Garnsey leads in points, 1-point goals, scoring points total, shot percentage, 60.9%. And if you're looking at scoring points, Jeff Teat, sure, he has 10 assists. Ryder Garnsey's more of a scorer. Jeff Teat isn't even in the top 3 for scoring points. So I just think if we're talking like value and getting a nice ticket, I would love an 11-1 on a guy who is leading in 4 different statistical categories 3 weeks in, whereas Jeff Teat, he's the odds-on favorite. The only thing he's leading in is assists right now. Like when we're trying to get people like some money-making opportunities here on net profits, I know, again, like these names are a little bit foreign to you guys, but like an 11-1 on a guy who's leading 4 across, like that's a damn good bet 3 weeks in my opinion.
I understand.
I do not agree, but I understand. I like that.
No, like I that's great analysis. And it's very interesting to listen to just because I feel like not a lot of people understand it the way that you do, and you can really provide something special. And like that shit's valuable information if you're trying to bet on the PLL, especially.
Oh yeah, absolutely. See, like that's the thing is we'll come on here every week and we'll bullshit and we have a good time and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like I want people to make money because this is when I like line my pockets as PLL season because it's not as heavily bet as a football, as a basketball. So like these are, I call them soft markets that you're able to make some serious money in. So like, sure, Jeff Teat, he's the odds on favorite. It makes sense. But if you're just trying to like make a good bet, I say a good bet at this point is betting Ryder Garnsey at 11-1 at Schman Schmool is what I'm saying. And then you get a nice take back in 3 weeks. He does this again. You're looking at like a 4-1 ticket that you already have like insane value on. So that's the money making opportunity for people because we don't got games to talk about for 2 weeks. So we're gonna have a shorter episode here. After we just like recap how our picks did and stuff like that. But really, my goal outside of us having a great time is if I can make people money at the end of the season, that's why I'm on with you guys. You know what I mean? So that's where I come from. You know what I mean?
1000%.
I love it. That's a mic drop moment right there. All right. How did we do on the picks last week? Did you guys track? Cause I got the 3 wins. We had Water Dogs won outright despite being down 6-0. The Cannons, Jack Cannons, won over Chrome. Chaos rolled Archers. Archers never even had a shot. Archers were actually at the top of the standings. Chaos jumped them because of the score differential that had the fucking worst beat I've ever seen if you were betting the under in that game. And then the Whips kind of got right. against the Redwoods. A lot of people saw that coming. I did the 4 across. So I went 3-1 on my picks. I know I was the only one to give out the water dogs. So I'm sorry to ring the bell against you guys.
You know what? I actually think I said this a couple weeks ago on a show, but it was in relation to the Cannons. If they beat the Atlas and they lose every other game, I'll be so happy. It doesn't matter, right? It is a similar situation this past weekend. I went 1-3.
It was a legacy game.
I went.
It was a legacy game, though.
Yeah, 1,000%. I went 1-3 this past weekend, and my one win was Cannons, and I'll take that to the bank.
That's more valuable.
You
That's
went
more valuable
1-3, Jack.
Bro, so did you.
I didn't know what I went, but I thought you did way better because I thought I faded everything you said. So
You were both on the
you did.
Atlas.
We both picked the Atlas. The 1-1. All right, you actually might have went 3-1, bro.
No, wait. I picked this is what I picked. I'm pretty sure I picked I got
We
Atlas
both
wrong,
picked
but I
Atlas.
picked Chaos. I picked Chaos.
Correct.
Yep.
And the Whip Snakes. You picked the Whip Snakes. So you went
She
two.
did.
You won
I think
2 of
2 and
those.
2.
You went 2-2.
Yeah, 2.
That ain't bad.
That took us way too long to figure out.
Yeah. 3-1 down here. That's the only numbers that I really cared about.
All
I
right,
just
so
wanted to confirm.
now you know who to tail and fade at net profit.
All right. So because we are going to get folks out of here just because like we said, there's no games. The next weekend of games is going to be July 8th. But hopefully we see Brenny by then. Brenny's alive, right? Brenny's still alive.
We'll get an inside report on that one. I'll talk to my consensus and figure that one out for you.
All right. Yeah. Talk to your people. Use your journalism degree and get that done.
I do not have a journalism.
but you did get a scholarship for journalism, and that's as good as a degree is.
How could we forget that?
Yeah.
So never forget that, bro.
No, we're gonna plug that every fucking episode. Hell yeah.
To net profit.
Wow. That was electric. I didn't know you got a soundboard over there and everything. Jack ain't messing around. Okay, last thing I have for you guys. Cannons and Atlas play July 8th. So we have 2 weeks to lead up to this. So I'm just gonna sit back, make your cases for why the other team is dog shit. And if you want to get personal and throw personal shots into it, be my guest. I won't. I'm a horrible referee. I'm a horrible officiant. Anything flies, blows below the belt. Dog shit versus dog shit. 1 and 2 versus 1 and 2. Why is your dog shit slightly less dog shit?
Pause. Rossi,
Jack, take it away.
Rossi, you go first.
No, you go first. I want the final blow.
I like that.
Yeah, pause.
The stage is mine. Well, if I may be so bold in saying that cannons will be fired and the boys will rise. It'll be a beautiful sight. I'm excited, but I need to do some research on the game. And
I like that.
I need to understand the situation on a deeper level other than just my heart. When I analyze the Celtics, I love the Celtics. I love Jason Tatum, but I also understand and analyze how great they are statistically on and off the court and what they do with the basketball. I need to understand how the Cannons move on and off the floor and just, how they present a beautiful side. Rossi, I'm going to send it over to you. I don't think you can top that response.
That was pretty strong.
Honestly, I was zoned out because your voice is
zoned out for everything I say, bro. Shut up. Like,
yeah, your voice is. I wish you sounded like Morgan Freeman. I would listen to you a lot more. You just don't. But the Atlas are gonna win because history. If we go by history, fading Jack, I think, is just a really good opportunity. And so when you have an opportunity like Atlas versus what is the name you like? I don't even remember. What is the team?
Cannons.
I was just messing. But I just feel it in my gut, It's like a spirit is like telling me, it's like the voice of Jason Tatum himself.
So it looks like Atlas versus Cannons.
You don't get the soundboard.
Wow, they're booing you. That's
you don't get
fucked
the soundboard.
up. That's fucked up, Jack. That's a little fucked up.
Yeah,
A
Jack.
little.
Jack, take the tag
Rossi,
off
this
your
is
hat.
a war. This is a war.
All right, here's what I
I'll
got for you.
$1,000 on it right now.
$1,000 on this game, bro.
Yeah, $1,000.
All right, bro. Savannah's not
You
involved.
won't do it. You won't do it because you're scared.
I will do it, but
No, you
Savannah's.
don't even have $1,000. Quit capping.
All right, bro. Shake it. Shake on it. Shake
All right,
on
I'm
it.
shaking on it right now.
There, it's done. It's done.
Wait.
And so shall it be done. It's done. 1,000. Lock it in. For what it's worth, Atlas Cannon since 2021. They played 4 times. Atlas 4-0 against the Cannons. Not only 4-0, they've covered.
Wait.
2.5.
What are the odds, bro? What are the odds? Did I just do a straight up $1,000 bet and I got fucking plus fucking 285 odds on this chicken?
No. Here's what you got to think, Jack. You're due. You're fucking due. You haven't beat them 4 straight games. You got to be due. We don't have odds
I
up.
just screw myself because I could have went 500 to win 1,000, and now
we don't have odds up yet. I'm guessing they'll come in about like a week's time. But I would venture Atlas is going to be minus 195. Cannons take back probably like plus 185, something like that. I think that's what we're going to see money line. Atlas will be a 1.5 goal favorite. 1,000%. 1,000%.
Did I just hustle this man on live?
Yeah, you did. That was some finesse. I wasn't going to say anything. That's why I saved the stats until after you completely finessed Jack. But I had to give the stats. Like I said, like that's what I'm here for. Some money making opportunities.
Jack, we can set up some type of payment plan.
Fair.
All right, bro. My Venmo is Jack Cody 121, bro.
So how about Jack's fans can go fund him and get him ready because he's probably gonna have to pay Rossi in 2 weeks. so he gave out the Venmo. The handshake was done. That's the sound that Rossi's gonna be having in a week alongside little cha-ching. Oh shit! All right, I'm gonna get you two out of here. Always
Rossi, say something. Rossi, say something.
Jack is so
That's pretty brutal. That's pretty brutal. I feel like that's gonna do it. I say, Jack, you play us off. Rossi, you're gonna make $1,000 in 2 weeks. I'm very excited for you. If not, another legacy gaming coming for Jack, and he'll get that money back by me and Brenny by the end of the season if he does end up winning this one. So Jack, any parting words for the folks?
Cannons in 4.
Rossi, you get the last word.
Atlas suck.
Cha-ching.
This episode brought to you by Horns Everywhere. For Jack, for Rossi, I'm Newbie Talks on Twitter. Hopefully you enjoyed another Net Profits. Let's get the fuck out of here, and we're going to make you guys some money. Ryder Garnsey, MVP, book it.